Okay, we are officially live with Delicious and Deadly, session 14, and of course, I'm having tech issues. That's cool. I thought I fixed it. Apparently I didn't. Which one's broken? That one's broken. Alright, whatever. It'll be fixed. There's so many tech issues with this campaign. Good God.
Oh, yeah.
Last we left off, the party survived the underwater encounters with a mermaid queen and successfully rescued farmers of Tideport, where they are now found on the beaches after a rough little situation in the waters. Let me get my correct music here, huh? I need my where my music at? Where's my music? This is fine. You guys find yourself on the beach, having made your way back up from the waters. You all notice, or at least the people who have the bubbles on their heads, being Taurus, Truffle, Lottie, and the farmers, as you get to the surface and re-emerge after being whirlpooled back to the beach, whether it's the pressure or something else, they all pop. And you no longer have the air bubbles on your heads.
Perfect. Should we escort the farmers back home? And do we collect a reward there, or do we collect it at the loot? I assume we collect it there. I'll be good to escort them back home.
Okay.
Don't the farmers know where they live? Do we really got it? I mean, I guess we're not in a rush. It's fine.
Alright. You guys can indeed begin to escort the farmers back to the city of Tideport. Let me do another copy and paste here. Just for sakes, because I like showing off all my awesome maps. Because what's the point of maps if you don't use them?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what maps is for.
You play D&D online for cool maps, dang it.
That's why I play D&D.
And only for the maps, not the actual gaming, just to look at beautiful maps.
Yeah.
You guys are able to escort the folks back to the city with ease. And when you return to the city, it's a safe assumption that you'll most likely want to collect your reward from the commander of the guard, who is the one who issued the job.
That is what we would want to do.
Is that where everyone goes?
Yes, it is.
Alright.
Follow the group because I'm not super sure what they had started, and I will just be following along their lead.
Another copy and paste situation. Wonderful. I love showing off all my maps. Imagine Taurus is in the lead here. You guys are able to get back to the guard post, where you can tell them of your victories.
I leave that to Seidel. He's the best at relaying.
I'm gonna leave that to the others because I'm still not sure what exactly went down
Oh,
on
gosh.
that arena with that queen. So
I bet Taurus actually would be really, really good at retelling this story.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, we've saved all the farmers. We've handled the threat. They said they won't bother us anymore. You got a little bit of a fish problem. They're the ones who seem to be capturing everyone. But we got it all handled. You know, A-okay.
So does that mean our waters are safe again?
As long as you don't fish, buck.
And I
Yeah.
was gonna say, wasn't there something about not overfishing that was going on there as well? Sort of balance
Maybe
in
you could,
nature, sort of thing.
Maybe you could stick with like rivers or something, maybe away from the ocean.
Well, some of the folks might be upset with that, but if it keeps them alive, I'm sure they'll accept it.
Yeah, it might be something you guys need to do.
Well, he reaches into a pouch, as promised, reward for helping out. And he takes out a pouch and places it into your hand. You're more than welcome to count it, but the 500 should all be there.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much. This will be of great help to our endeavors. And you know, if you ever need help, you can always call on Taurus and the others here.
Is that your official name, Taurus and the others?
No, we're called the
Circus.
the circus freaks. Yes.
Right. I remember. Alright, well, good to know. Thank you for helping. Keep doing a good job.
Thank you. You too. And let's get out of here. 100 gold each, right? That's how it comes
Baka
out
has
to?
never been to a circus. Baka just thinks that circus means like unique individuals.
I mean, Baka's not totally.
What?
You're not totally on that logic.
Oh. That must be what it means then.
Absolutely.
Sorry, 100 gold pieces each? Is that
Aren't born in beds.
Yes, 100 gold each.
cool?
Did we just go back to the bed conversation? Did I just hear that right? Circling back. Full circle.
Full circle. Need to get my character sheet.
Back to Loot Tavern, everyone.
I think that was good. Yeah,
On to the next adventure.
indeed.
If
Do we have a
monster
plan
hunters,
for the next adventure, or is it just kind of like a nebulous kind of concept?
I think there's bounty boards at the Loot Tavern. I forgot to look before we came after you.
Lottie, you've heard of the Loot Tavern. You know it exists. It is a thing where adventurers go to get jobs. But you have never been there. You spent your entire life basically at the Spring Garden Druid Grove.
Are we similar in height, Lottie?
What are you?
Short. I am short.
I believe Lottie is a medium size.
I am on the small side of medium, but yeah, I'm probably, unfortunately, taller. I wanted to be a small, but I wanted to be an axolotl more than I wanted to be small.
Yeah, that makes sense. Baka comes up and hands you a drink. Baka, try this! Wait, are we going now?
And Lottie's basically trying to, like blend in with the group, and hopefully nobody notices that she isn't or wasn't a part of this group before. and she's kind of just like following along for the heck of it and hoping no one tells her anything. That's what she's at.
Baka would tell Lottie to drink this whenever the others take their drinks. I think that sounds super shady, but you know.
I'm not supposed to drink it now? I'm supposed to wait until everyone else drinks?
I don't know when we're going back.
I'm gonna drink mine.
Oh, I think we're drinking it now.
I will drink mine as well.
As the others drink their port ale, as it is called, they begin to disappear in a poof of magic one by one.
What the heck's going on here?
And as you drink yours, you will poof as well. As you all poof. Doing a lot of poofing. You all poof and find yourselves beyond a portal and back inside the confines of the astral space that is the Loot Tavern.
Another adventure done, everyone.
Bok. Oh, where's the bar?
Work.
Taurus, tell the bard of our deeds.
Oh, the Mr. Copenhagen or whatever his name is.
Yes, Bok.
Cacophonix, yes, Cacophonix. Hello, Cacophonix. I'll relay our great deeds to him.
Alright, so you're relaying the great deeds to Cacophonix. How about everyone else? Lottie, you just appeared in a strange place. And after...
Where are we now? Why did nobody tell me that drink was going to make me teleport?
Get
What's going on here?
It's something easier to show than tell.
I didn't know what that
understood. Teleport? You didn't know what that reverse thing? Good one, Gina. Never mind. It's fine. This is all weird, and I wish that somebody had tried to explain it to me ahead of time. I'm stupid.
Well, it just doesn't seem like it's a port that much. Bok, I don't get it.
I thought port was like a type of wine or something.
I think it's where they do fishing. Well, not anymore now, actually.
I mean, yes, it's also there. Homophones are a problem that might have helped. If we'd clarified the homophones, then things might have made more sense.
I'm just gonna hang out here.
Baka's like, alright, we get it. You don't know about teleportation. It's just like, Baka's like hearing Lottie, speak their ear off, and they're like, I need a drink.
Something bubbly.
Bubbly, or was coming right up?
Having just been inside a bubble, I don't think Lottie wants something that's bubbly.
I was not in a bubble. I had just a weird thing. How much is a bubbly drink? Like a silver?
Yeah, we'll call, like, a carbonated drink like a silver piece.
Cool. Oh, and lunch! I'll do another silver for lunch. Or whatever.
What does Baka eat? Like, are you requesting a bowl of worms, or you want a steak?
Oh, definitely not worms, unless they can make a worm burger. That, I think, would be pretty good. Oh, and then I could, like, peck it apart if they stacked it up. And yes.
You know what? Okay, they say they can do it for 2 silver pieces.
I will do it for 2 silver.
And you will get your worm burger, your worm feed burger. Truffle and Seidel, can the both of you give me perceptions as you head to the bounty board, please?
Yeah.
19.
Only 14.
I don't have my roll 20 chat up, you goober. Oh my god, so many tech issues.
19 fight by Seidel and 14
Yep,
by Tuffy.
I see it now. So you see that there are a few postings on the board. There are two postings that kind of stand out to the both of you. One of the posting is titled Chimeric Hunt.
Ooh.
And it is a report of various chimeric creatures spotted all across the land. This seems to be an outstanding bounty, and it is paying 50 gold per proof of chimeric creature. There is another posting that is reporting, well, what do you know? Missing peoples deep in the forests. Folks have entered the woods and have not come back, and they are offering, again, 500 gold for anyone to take this job and see what's what.
The mermaid people are kidnapping people in the forest now. Let's go hunting chimeras.
I think chimeras can be fun.
I will sketch the chimeric ad into my journal so I can review it later, and I'll come down.
All right.
I found this.
Oh, bok, bok. What's a chimera? Bok, bok.
It's like a chicken with multiple heads.
Ooh, what? Wait.
But not
Who's-
necessarily a chicken. It could be an.
I was gonna say, I think the chimeras are very diverse species from what I've read about.
From the sounds of it, it sounds like Sidel's dad is making more of siblings for him. But maybe I was mistaken. Bok, bok.
But I just know that it has multiple heads, and if you cut one off, it tends to grow back with.
No, that's a hydra.
Ah, that makes sense too.
Seidel, can you give me either an Arcana or a History check, please? It is very funny that what Baka just said does ring a bell to you. You do think to yourself, technically, I might be a chimera.
Ah, interesting.
If Seidel's head gets chopped off, is he gonna grow back another?
Hold on, get that knife. Let's try it.
Just say that's hyena. Not a hyenas. Hydras. You screw around with my brains. I've done the research on this.
Seidel, you should definitely try.
Man,
Lonnie is just has her face palm of this is so stupid. These guys are so stupid.
Yeah, you'll never know.
I'll put my head on the counter.
Or you know what? We're adventurers. How about when you're about to go, when it's about to be your time, I'll come in and cut off your head.
Ah, that works. I will shake on it.
Lutetia.
I will shake.
Lutetia is listening to this madness at the bar.
I'm not done. There's more. Baka knows that Baka can run around without my head.
And she's just gonna look at all this and say, well, if you're going to do this, you're definitely not doing it in my bar, and with all of what I'm hearing, maybe it is safer for the rest of you to take the other jobs on the board. And she looks at you yeah, maybe go back to she's giving you a look of maybe go back to the job board and put that one back.
I think the chimeras will be an excellent job.
I think that is a good job, Lutetia.
And you know what? Maybe we can try our experiment during this adventure, Seidel. Who knows what happens?
Well, first we'll have to see what they look like. Perhaps there's different breeds. But
Perhaps.
Maybe there's different species.
that's true. Would I be a breed or a species? These are the real questions.
Wait, we need to order.
Well, our drink.
I already have some, but okay, sure.
Wait, where are we going for the job? Fuck.
That's true. Where are we going? Maybe it's a different bottle.
As you read more of the posting rather than just, hey, go hunt some chimeras and bring their heads back, there are sightings. There are like noted sightings all throughout the world. You notice that there are written sightings in the various locations, that being the Hamespire Mountains, Lotof's End Desert. Hold on while I remember the names of the other locations. The Ice Rime Weld, the Low, the Great Woods, and the closest sighting of chimeric creatures does happen to be within the Great Woods. Specifically a section of the woods that you would recognize, Ranger Truffle. It is more of a swampland, like a marshy area of the woods that maybe you have been there before.
Mm-hmm.
It is a bit deeper in the woods. Not many people tend to venture there. It's probably safe to say even yourself didn't really do many tours through that area because it is known to have, Steve Irwin might say a lot of ambush predators.
Right.
We'll be fine, right? That's fine.
Let's go somewhere else.
I'm a guide. I've been there before, ish.
Lutetia will pipe up and say, listen, I am all for taking the gold that you need for this drink. I'm quite growing fond of your little group. I would rather you not come back headless. By no means necessary am I telling you not to take this job, but you're still new here. Maybe be smart with how you do things. If you wouldn't mind taking some advice from a long-standing member of the Loot Tavern.
But Ka thinks we need to find a resurrection potion just in case before we do this experiment, Taurus.
So if that's the case, where can we find a good cleric?
I mean, we are in the Loot Tavern. I imagine there is a cleric somewhere. If I bring back your head and your body, if it doesn't work, they'll be able to resurrect you.
There are plenty of clerics here, but you would have to be willing to pay someone quite a lot of gold to do something like that.
How much is it?
I just made 100 gold.
I will hold up the bag of coin.
It is definitely going to be more than 100, and I don't think it is worth your life either.
Well, we're gonna do the experiment when he's practically dead anyways.
Wait, are you talking about, like, bringing someone back from the dead, like, right away? Or, like, after a few days?
Preferably right away. I don't know if I would have a lot of patience for the afterlife at this point in my life.
I mean, if you have a diamond, I think I could do that in theory if I'm prepared for it.
How much is a diamond?
I forget what the Revivify diamond is, but I could prepare it. Is what I'm saying.
This could be very good. I could trade if we go to that shop. Maybe I can trade the basilisk egg for a diamond, or maybe the Merrow sushi.
I imagine that Lottie, like, being a scholar druid, doesn't have, like, a spell book in the same way that a wizard does, but she probably has magical notes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm imagining her going, like, pulling out a notebook and, like, flipping through it, trying to find the vague notes she has on the concept of Revivify.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, I think I need diamonds worth 300 gold pieces.
I
If you want me to
will.
be able to do it." I don't have that, so I haven't prepared it before. But I could in theory.
I will also say, Lottie, as Seidel, is mentioning what he can trade, being a druid of the Spring Garden, which is, the Spring Garden is home to lots of creatures. That not only do they take in creatures, some creatures just flock there and they care for them, unlike the wild Sun Eater owlbear that once attacked. Your ears definitely pipe up to Seidel saying, "I have a basilisk egg."
Mm.
Just by nature of being a druid of a conclave that is known to welcome lots of creatures, that is a bit of like, oh, he's carrying around an egg of a living creature.
I also have a seagull egg and some teeth.
I'm sorry. Are these eggs kind of like dormant, or are these like eggs like what do you call it when it's like the eggs just ready to be an omelet versus like actually has an animal ready to come out of it. I'm not an egg hatching person.
I can show you. So I will dig around through my bag and I will put the seagull egg, a dead bird or 2 or 9, and the basilisk egg on the table, and some teeth. But then I'll separate one tooth. This is my uncle's tooth. The rest are mimics, and these ones are human teeth.
That is crazy to just bust out an open conversation. This is my uncle's tooth, and it looks like a giant, like, goopy fang. Lottie, as you look over everything, you do see there is just a straight up, like, tiny little eagle egg, or seagull egg, and as Seidel brings out the basilisk egg, it is like ostrich-sized egg, I believe is how I described it, and it is. There's not, there's no real, like. It's not a normal shell. The shell is made of stone. It is a large ostrich egg covered in stone, almost.
Am I able to do like a nature check to see if these eggs are growing creatures inside them?
Yeah, I'll take a nature.
Can I guide myself?
Fertilized because the light doesn't show through.
Yeah, you can guide yourself.
I don't know why I didn't actually give myself proficiency in nature. I'm very upset about this. 18.
18. Okay. I'm going to say that the seagull egg, I think you got it within enough time. There is, there is life within both of the eggs.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the way that it works with chickens is that, like, even if it's fertilized, if it's not, like, brooding, then it won't actually develop properly. But that's only my knowledge from when my friend had chickens. So I don't know how true that is.
Well, yeah, hey.
I'll have to name it
You might be a dad.
And you can definitely see the form of a tiny creature through the cracks of stone within the basilisk egg.
Well, I'm not 100% sure how good I feel about selling these little critters, because, I mean, like, these could be, living creatures. They sort of are. I'm not exactly sure how much, like, living creatures go for anyway. So maybe we find some other way to get that 300 gold. I mean, we've still got 100 each. If you guys really want to have a backup plan, we could pool our money and get some diamonds.
I will turn to Lutetia. Would you like to buy some Merrow sushi? It's fresh.
Very fresh.
Before you ask that, Taurus, can you give me a perception?
Me? Okay.
Yes. While the talks about the eggs were happening, you would have noticed Lutetia whistle towards someone, and like kind of point out something to them. Say it's this person here, and they walk towards the bounty board and then come back with a piece of paper, which Lutetia grabs, and then that's when Seidel asks the question as she takes the piece of paper.
What you got there?
Oh, this is. She takes a little like one of those, like stamps, and stamps it on the piece of paper. And she looks at all of you, and she hands the paper out to you, Taurus, and she says, "This is your next job." And she hands it to you, and then looks at Seidel and says, "Yeah, I think our chefs would like that. How much would you want?"
It's I look at the others. How much should we try? Is it 1 gold?
Truffle shrugs. He has no idea.
Baka doesn't know the market price.
With how fresh and the quality, 2 gold, 2 gold. Sushi's expensive.
I can work with 2 gold, and she'll slide over 2 gold pieces.
I will carefully slide the little rice and seaweed and marrow meat over.
And you slide that over as she hands the paper for the missing citizens towards Taurus, which Taurus, you notice the stamp is a stamp that says job accepted.
Baka wants to know how much you'll buy a water breathing potion for. They're very expensive.
You would have to go talk to some of the other proprietors here, either Larcene or Humperdinck. I just deal with food and drink.
You want these birds? And I will put all 9 dead seagulls on the... Or they weren't seagulls, whatever they were.
She looks it over.
Some lovely soup.
She looks it over and says, I think we'll pass on that one, but thank you for the marrow meat.
I'll stick it back in my bag. I need to buy a bag of holding. I'm gonna go talk to the guy person.
Larcene's upper floor and down.
I shall go there. In a hurry. Larcene is the raccoon guy, right?
Yep, the French raccoon.
Oh yeah.
I'll trade you these for a bag of holding. And I'll put the birds on the table.
Gotta look up bag of holding price.
I also have some cabbage and potatoes.
He looks over this stuff. God, I don't think I can do the accent. I don't even remember it.
The French.
Oh,
He looks it over.
I don't even know where Adrian went. Where did Adrian go?
I went upstairs.
Can I join you?
Sure.
I wanted to join you, and I wanted to see how much I could get for the water breathing.
You're immediately flipping your water breathing potions?
Well, I just was wondering how much they're worth. If we need to bring Seidel back to life, he is much more valuable than breathing underwater. Unless we're all dead. At that point,
I think it might be...
We should keep it? Quack, quack.
Well, I don't know if we're going after more missing persons. I think the Merrow are just kidnapping people from the forest now.
You think so? How did they get there?
They have forest family. It's their cousins.
It's got to be related. It's too many missing people to be a coincidence. It's all related.
This is
to
how
a giant
xenophobia
fishman
starts.
syndicate,
Uh,
slave traders.
you place down the birds and the offer of cabbages, and Larcene will say, while he appreciates the thought, he is going to require gold or something better for trade. And if you want to spend gold, it'll be 500 gold pieces for a bag of holding.
Oh, that's worth more than your lifestyle.
Okay, that's okay. I don't have that much, but you can keep one of the birds as a spare memory of our business transaction, and I'll leave him one bird, and then I'll go back down.
Okay. Okay.
We are so dumb.
Oh, this is definitely a party, guys.
I would delete one of the birds' carcasses from my inventory.
This is definitely a party that we have here.
Okay, I guess we need to go raise some more money. Let's go find those missing persons in the forest.
Can you raise money like you raise chickens? Bark, bark.
This is a good question.
Unfortunately, you can't really.
Well, then I wonder if you can plant it and grow money from seedlings.
I heard once of a goose that laid golden eggs. So if you just had that goose, then you could raise money.
Yeah, so we have Tales of the Golden Goose and Tales of Sir Humpty Dumpty.
Sir Humpty Dumpty.
No, Humperdinck Dumpty.
Is that what it was?
Saint Humperdinck.
Saint Humpty Dumpty.
I think we should try to go get some more money. Let's go find these missing tree people.
Do we need a drink when we leave the Loot Tavern?
You do.
Okay, what drink would we need? Because I think we only need one set, because you said they come in sets of 5, so...
You do each need to buy an individual drink. The port ale is the one that you need to get back, and that has 5 uses when you buy it.
I have 3. Oh, Lottie, you need to buy some port ale. Bak, bak.
Do we need
What's the
port
drink
ale
that we
for the
need?
forest?
Oh, no, for Lottie to get back.
Oh.
I think it
Lottie's
costs...
not coming with us?
Lottie, are you... No, when we come back.
Oh. Oh.
Fuck.
Is Lottie there?
I'm here. Sorry, I was just sort of. I wasn't really sure what was going on.
I think we're gonna go rescue some tree people from the Merrow folk.
I like trees.
What drink do we need for that?
So, you are being sent to some grasslands. And
grasslands and Merrow folk be in the grasslands.
The drink you must buy, it is 1 gold piece. You have to buy the Plain Killer.
The Plain Killer.
Oh,
Okay. I will buy 1 of those.
Alright.
1 gold.
Do we really gotta kill the planes? What if I just wanna, hang out with the planes?
Lutetia just looks at you and just says, well, mixing the drinks, that's just the name of the drink.
Well, enjoy the Merrow sushi. I'm going to enjoy this Plain Killer beverage.
I will take 1. Chuck down as well.
I will. How much do they cost?
1 gold for the drink.
Oh wow.
Alright. I'll take one too.
I mean, Lottie is still not 100% sure she's invited, but she's gonna like also get one, and just kind of hope she can come along for the ride.
Oh, Lottie, you need to get some as well. I dig through my bag and
port
find
ale.
my. Yes, port ale. Thank you. To come
And yes,
back.
of course you're invited. You're one of the circus freaks now.
Indeed. You weren't born in a bed, were you?
I don't think so.
I only think Tauruses were born in beds.
Yeah. I think we've got back. I think only I've been born in a bed before.
I'm pretty sure I was born like outside. I'm not actually sure whether I like hatched or was born. I don't remember how axolotls work.
Even better. Me neither. Bok.
I was born in a library.
How?
We've already discussed this in depth.
How are axolotls born? Are they like tadpoles?
You know what? I brought it up and then immediately regretted bringing it up because I have no answer.
I feel like research needs to be done in this subject.
It's also like weird because it's like I'm a human-sized axolotl. Like
I'm also a
that's
chicken with
massive.
arms, so you know.
And Ranger Truffle is a human-sized raccoon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but at least the raccoon is a mammal. Question mark? Actually, I don't know.
Maybe you guys just
Raccoons
drink.
are live birth, I believe.
Maybe you guys
But
just
I don't know
drink
whether
the
it's a chicken
drinks.
person or axolotl person.
Maybe you guys just drink the drinks and get on with the mission.
Agreed.
I will drink the drink.
All right.
Fuck.
And if you want to return, Lottie, it is 5 gold for a bottle of port ale.
Oh my god.
It's good for 5 uses, though, so make sure you keep it.
If you just want to borrow a drink of my bottle, presuming I don't die and get beheaded, I have a bottle left,
Oh.
and
Bok. That's a good point. If
Well,
we're
if you
bringing
die,
back
I
a
can just
corpse,
take your bottle
does
from
the
you
corpse
anyway.
have to drink it, or can we just bring back a corpse without having to?
well, I was thinking you could put me inside the wagon and then shrink me, and then I'd be a very, very little corpse.
Bok. That's a good way to save a gold coin. Bok.
See, I'm full of the smarts.
And with that, as you guys drink your drinks and head on your way, you do find yourselves teleported into an open plain field. Would everyone like to give me a perception check? Yep, that's good. You know what? This is the inverse. Baka sees everything. Baka sees that she is a player in a game. Is a character being played by someone rolling dice. She has a moment of precognition and sees beyond the computer screen. As you guys are teleported to plain lands and you have the post out, reading where you have to go, the combination of Truffle, Taurus, and Lottie, you are able to find your way eventually to a little section of what appears to be almost like old-looking ruins.
I mean, I've never seen new ruins.
I don't think I see these ruins. Ooh.
Well, there's old ruins, and then there's older ruins. These are, just old ruins.
These are just old.
Yeah.
Wait, can I take a moment? Did we long rest after whatever last
That's
time was?
what
or
I'm
no?
thinking.
Excellent point.
We went straight into this.
You guys did go straight into it.
We're so dumb. Oh my god. Okay.
I have. Okay.
Well,
We can
listen.
do this.
You say that in such a joking way when, not but 10 minutes ago you were saying, yeah, guys, cut off my head.
Yeah, but he was planned for that.
I feel like you should be able to rest before you get your head cut off.
Well, if
Should
I
be.
rested, I don't think I would need to get my head cut off because resting makes me feel so much better, especially when it's for at least a short time.
So when you feel like chopping off your head, you should just take a nap. Baka!
Well, no, we need to see if I get 2 heads or whatever it was. If I'm a
He can
chimera.
rest after we chop off his head.
But I think we need to make sure we have a diamond first, and that Lottie can reattach my head within, I think it's 60 minutes, so at least 15 minutes.
Sorry, I believe mine's within a minute.
Oh, okay. Then I can rest for like 5 rounds.
Also, like, if your head is completely severed, I'm actually not sure how I do that. I think I have to like fix that first.
Is there any glue? Bak,
Well,
bak.
if I wasn't the one who was getting my head removed, I'm pretty sure I can suture that. I've got some. Well, it must be in my blood, because
Hi, how would you feel about me using mending to get someone's severed head back on their body?
No.
that would be genius.
I think they make butterfly bandages for that. Bak, bak.
Why would you bandage me with butterflies?
I don't know. I just heard it once. Bak, bak.
I think it's impossible. I'm just saying we got to be careful with decapitation because mending does not restore missing body parts. So I don't know how that would work with decapitation.
But if you just have all the body parts and just kind of hold them together.
It would work so much better if we could find my father again. I'm
not
sure
sure
he
where
could
we're
do
at.
it. He could probably answer my questions without us cutting off my head.
Ooh.
Hmm.
By the way, where are we?
I don't know, but I'm looking around at these old new ruins. I don't see any missing people or merfolk.
You don't see missing people, Seidel, but you do see some bones.
Oh my gosh, I found some bones.
Oh my gosh, I found some bones.
And as you turn the corner, you see even more.
I'm going to go and investigate the bones, and I'd like to get out a trinket bag to start putting bones in.
Alright, give me an investigation.
Look for teeth, Seidel.
I actually want to start a ribcage collection, but I could look for teeth.
21 investigation. There are lots of different bones within this pile. There seem to be animal bones and humanoid bones. All the bones seem to have various markings. There are some of them that clearly have been chewed on. But you also find a few of them that seem to have almost like large, almost like scratch marks, almost as if something clawed into it.
For some of the obvious suspicious ones, can I kind of toss them outside so when the party joins me, I can point them out specifically
Oh, yes.
to like our druid and stuff like that to
investigate. Indeed, you
see
can.
Here by the teeth marks that this animal was devoured.
But where's the animal? Bak, bak.
What
animal, bak?
I don't know. I was hoping you could help me with that.
Yeah, it's down here to join the party.
Why didn't we all compare our bite and see how big of an animal done it? Are they sharp or are they dull? What kind of animal?
Whoever would want can roll me a nature.
I'm not actually good at nature, but I would like to help somebody.
Yeah, I will
Truffle
try.
thinks he's good at nature.
Alright, so we'll say Lottie's probably helping Truffle if you want to roll with advantage, Truffle.
And guidance.
I'll roll again.
I can do acrobatics because I'm a circus freak.
So, as you all look at the bones, Truffle and Seidel, you are able to make note that the bite marks do seem to be of, like, they are sharper teeth, but they seem to be of, they don't seem to match, like, that of a wolf bite or a bear. It seems to be more of a human bite, but just very sharp teeth.
So kind of like almost like Seidel has
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah.
Humanoid jaw, that type of situation.
Yeah, that type of situation. And then the claw marks seem to be that of a much larger version of Baka Sanders' chicken feet.
Bark, bark. It's Seidel's cousins. Bark.
This is
It was what is the other monster that we were gonna fight? That is the chicken head. Bark, bark.
Are you talking about my Uncle Django? Does he have kids?
Uncle
John Joe, I think, actually. Anyways, so there's some sort of creature like a werewolf that must have been slashing and eating these. There's also humanoid pieces. So this is maybe... How old did these look?
Some of them look like they've been here for a while. Like, they look like they've been pecked clean of any meat.
Does it look like it was piled here in a intelligent way?
Honestly, yeah, with your natures, I will say this looks to be like a dumping ground, almost.
Okay, so we need to just wait here for it to come back with its next victim. Perhaps we can get climb on the pillars and ambush it.
Could work. Do we want to set up some kind of trap?
Yes, I still have 8 dead birds, and I think they're gonna spoil soon. I'll dump them on the ground over here.
send out Capricorn to scout.
I will also add Seidel. I'm going to go back to your old investigation, because it would be enough to kind of look in the area. I'll say maybe now, you've been so busy looking at the bones, as you kind of move around, you do notice them. You notice that there are some imprints on the ground in various locations, moving away from the bones, almost as if they are tracks.
These... Oh, okay, I see them now. Wow, they're definitely bird-shaped. I forgot. Does anyone else speak bird language besides Baka? Taurus, didn't you speak the same language?
I spoke bird folk with Baka. I can communicate with the birds.
Okay. Now, I suspect it's very hostile and eats people, and so I don't think we can really negotiate with it. But just in case, remember what to say in case it's intelligent.
I'll try to think of something polite.
What are you all doing? What's the plan?
Trying to think of how to we should follow the tracks, I think, in case it's got some other hostages that it's going to eat. It's probably would really be good of us to go and try to save them and just let them get eaten and dump the bones. So we should probably...
That's definitely a better plan, yeah.
So, can someone track these tracks better than me?
Probably. I'll take a look at
the
I'll take some survivals.
I'm good at tracking them all. No, I'm not like this.
I'm doing this
Incredible.
purely for kicks and giggles. Okay. Yep.
Wow, okay, yeah.
I don't feel the need to roll after I see Lottie move forwards with such confidence.
Truffle, you might begin the walk, leading the party, but at some point you do lose the tracks. But as you lose them, Lottie immediately picks them back up, and you are able to lead the group a bit deeper, like through some plains, but you start to move through some trees and into a little tiny bit of woods, where ahead of you, you see an old, yeah, we're back to using old looking hollowed out tree that has seemingly like hay and almost nesting inside of it, but it's empty from what you can see.
Baka thinks that nobody's home. Are the trees that are around cut down, or are they just like that?
They're just that for sake of, they are full trees.
Okay. That was my concern. He's killing the loggers because he's angry about his home being destroyed. His logic behind that.
That's a big.
Can I just try to perceive and see if I can find any sight of an animal in hiding?
Sure, give me a perception.
Did that roll?
Yep, a 10
Yes.
perception. You maybe spy a squirrel that runs by, or maybe a smaller bird here and there, but you don't see anything big enough that could rip through bone.
Nothing devious is visible to me.
Could I send Capri-Sun into here?
You certainly can. Do you want me to take out Capri Sun, or are you on top of it?
I will do that.
And
Really this big?
Capri-Sun, go!
you know what? We will say yes, it is that big.
I would like to harvest it.
Alright, roll me a survival. I'm also going to say it's not a red mushroom, they are blue mushrooms. You try cutting it, but you cut it wrong, and as you cut it, a little poof of smoke erupts from it, like spores, and you suddenly feel yourself getting really drowsy for a second.
Oh, it's different.
Can Capri Sun roll me a perception?
He can.
And you are at the stage where you can talk with them now.
I am.
Okay. Did you roll the right one? That's a sun-kissed.
Oh, yeah. Oopsie.
And yes, the Taurus's pets are named after drinks.
That
Capri Sun flies in and flies back to you and says, I didn't see much. There are more bones in there, but nothing else.
Oh, okay, Capri-Sun. You just circle around and tell us if anything comes along.
Understood. Vroom. And goes flying.
I guess I'll go check out that place for myself.
Alright. You can roll me an investigation.
Just to double check.
You see the bones, you see the hay. It's hard to tell how long it's been like this, but you do confirm what Capri Sun saw.
Okay. What do we do, guys?
Well, I think we should lay a trap. Bark, bark. Are there any
These
eggs
drowsy
in there?
mushrooms are really potent.
Oh dear.
How tall are the trees?
Fairly tall, tree-sized trees.
Climbable?
Yeah, but are they like redwood?
No, they're like
Tall?
regular like trees you'd see on the sidewalk. You know, like they are climbable.
I don't
Can
typically see trees on the sidewalk specifically.
Oh,
I have a 50
I
foot
do.
of hempen rope, so I would like to. This is the one that's hollowed out, right?
Yes, the big one in the center is the hollowed out tree that seemingly has all the nesting and stuff.
Mm-hmm. From that, can I determine what would make a nest like that?
Sure. You can give me a nature, and if anyone else is, are Lottie and Truffle joining to investigate as well?
Yeah, sure.
And if you guys are doing that as well, anyone who wants to try
I'm not
and
able to join.
anyone who wants to try and tell what might make a nest here, you can give me natures.
Can I gag myself and do a nature?
Sure.
I know dick all. I know about 10.
Truffle and Lottie, you can definitely tell it is some sort of bird-like creature. That is definitely able to tell is something with sharp claws or talons, because you do notice more bones. Seidel, I'll say with your nature, you notice the same. It's definitely some sort of bird-like creature. You're able to tell that this might be an abandoned nest for how old or how long things might have been here. You're also able to find some feathers, bits of feathers that almost look like seabird, almost, if you will. Give me an Arcana, Seidel. Okay.
I know magic pretty well.
And I do believe these are magical creatures, or at least creatures made of magic. I could be wrong, but you know what? I make up the lore, so I say they're magical creatures. You begin thinking back on everything that you've learned. All the libraric knowledge. And you start putting everything together. Feathers, claws, humanoid bite, taking people. It's very possible you're dealing with harpies.
Oh, you guys, I think it's going to be harpies we're dealing with.
Interesting.
Baka wants to know what harpies are. Bok, bok.
The harpies are like, I don't know. Do you know what a gargoyle is?
What's a gargoyle?
They're like little ugly people with wings, and they're I don't know how to explain this.
Ugly people with wings. I will keep an eye out. Bok, bok.
I wonder if we could. Well, are harpies attracted to noise?
You would know that harpies do like singing songs.
Oh, there once was a ship that sailed to sea. I'll get out my flute and I will play a song instead because I can't sing.
I'll say.
Lure them back, thinking we're their own.
See, at this point, Capri Sun flies back to your shoulder, Taurus. This buzzing little creature, which as you get a better look at it, Lottie, the creature that Taurus is commanding is like a mosquito the size of like a hawk.
Okay.
Is the best way to describe it. Another way we like to describe it is with everyone's favorite word that I freaked everyone out with at one point, being proboscis. It's got a very large proboscis.
Love that word.
I legit thought you were going to say roll initiative.
Yeah, roll initiative. Everyone's favorite word, initiative. No. Capri Sun lands back, or, starts flittering right next to you, Taurus. and he says, I'm not sure what I saw, but I think I saw something in the distance flying. It could have been a bird, it could have been a dragon, it could have been anything, but I saw something.
Thank you. It's coming, guys. This is definitely. He said he was absolutely sure what it was coming, and that it's coming right now. So
Let's get ready.
time to set a trap.
Alright, if you're gonna set a trap, place yourselves how you'd like.
Boom.
And I'll just hold my action for when they come in.
Is this ceiling? Is it like a dome or is it open on the top?
It is like a dome.
Okay, good. I'm gonna hide in here, where there's lots of escape routes.
Okay, everyone roll me stealth, please.
I don't really want to stealth. I want to play the flute and try to actually have them know that I'm here.
Alright, then you don't have to roll stealth. Alright, as the rest of the party stealth out, and Seidel is just openly playing the flute. You know what, Seidel? Give me a performance. How about that?
Performance 11.
It's okay. It's passable.
Barely.
As everyone hides and starts hearing the sound of this flute being played, and you all prepare yourselves for a trap to spring, we're gonna end the session.
Oh, I was getting ready to.
We're going to call the session there. Just, on part, as I did say, this would be a little bit of a shorter session, and with all the technical issues that are plaguing me, we will call this a session here, and we shall see what happens next time on Delicious and Deadly in session 15, where the party looks to spring a trap on some harpies.
Oh yeah.
And I believe we all agreed that the no, hold on. Yes, our next session would be the 6th, but that is the weekend of 4th of July. I think we kind of all agreed to skip that because people are going to be with families.
100%.
The
What are you talking
other,
about? I'm not gonna be with my family.
that's true. You are a Canadian.
True.
The
You
other,
gotta say it like naughty, like I'm naughty.
the other issue is our next session would fall on July 20th if everyone is available. However, I don't know if I will be available because we might be celebrating my birthday that night.
Happy
Yay.
birthday,
So,
pie.
so if I will say this now, since we are still on stream, just for anyone watching, and I will say this to my lovely players: if everyone does happen to be available on the 20th, I will keep you updated and let you know what's going on. We'll see what happens. Otherwise, yeah, I guess I'll be seeing you all in August.
Oh yeah.
So July 20th to be determined. Otherwise, our next session will be in August. And we'll see what happens when it happens. But for now, everyone say goodbye to the internet.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Goodbye and good night, internet, and see you on the next Delicious and Deadly, whenever that may be.